This week at Lavelle Vineyards, we're going to take a look at our fruit set, and we're going to try to take some estimates here pretty soon to try to figure out how many grapes we're going to get in the winery at the time of harvest. As you can see here, the grapes are in a phase that we call pre-bunch closure. So as the grapes grow together now, they'll form a bunch, and as long as there's a little bit of space left in between the berries, we're still not quite at bunch closure yet. Bunch closure will be the next step in the process, and we're going through right now and we're counting clusters to see how many clusters we have this year out there compared to last year and previous years. So the other hard variable that's difficult to figure out is how much these clusters are going to weigh at harvest. There's a little tool we can use to do that called the lag phase estimate. Now, the lag phase takes place roughly halfway in between bloom and harvest. So we wait till about 45 days after bloom. We're about 30 days after bloom right now. And so in a couple of weeks here we'll go out. The lag phase is the time during the year, it's about a week to 10 days long, where the berries will stop changing in size. They won't get any larger for 7 to 10 days. And it's a shift in the vine's carbohydrate production. So directly after the lag phase, we go into veraison, or the color change. But during lag phase, supposedly, the grape clusters will be roughly half the size that they will be at harvest. So if we pick some clusters and we weigh them, then we should be able to know within a certain percentage what the cluster weight at harvest will be. So if you have your cluster counts and you have your cluster weight at harvest, then you can get a pretty good estimate as to what your yields are going to be for that year. So right after the lag phase, this is our Riesling here, you can see it. Right after the lag phase, we go into veraison. So the vine during lag phase will stop its carbohydrate production going into the leaves and the shoots and the canopy. And the canopy will stop growing up tall, and the carbohydrate production will shift into the berries themselves. So you get sugar production, which then changes the color of the fruit, and we get sugar ripeness and a decrease in acid, and then we go on to harvest.